Forgot my camera SD card at home again, so I'm using my phone. I hope this quality isn't horrible. Tried switching some settings and stuff. I'm working on the car again. Berto has an e-brake that I am going to be installing in my car. Pretty excited about this e-brake. This e-brake is not an inline, it is a separate system. So I will be having a dual caliper setup for the first time. I know I should have done this a long time ago, blah, blah, I never did it. I had an inline system with a CNC hydro, which is over here. This is my e-brake for like 6 years. It's a CNC hydro. It is basically a staging brake for drag cars to lock up the front wheels when you go to do a burnout or to launch. Back 10, 11 years ago when I wanted to do an e-brake setup, there wasn't many on the market, and because of that, they're very expensive. That was one of the cheaper ones because the staging brake, there's plenty of those, and it worked. It's in line, which means that I'd splice into the line for the rear brakes and put that in between. So my foot brake still worked, but then I could use it to lock up the rear. But while you were using that, you cannot use your foot brake because the back pressure onto the master. So it works, but it doesn't. And then that one, specifically the handle was not very good with the stock S13 calipers and those crappy pads, so it did not grab for anything. But luckily, now we have this sick e-brake from Cliqtuning. You need to go check them out. Amazing, with a Wilwood master. Megan's holding it backwards.
It's kind of heavy
because it goes this way. And you pull it this way now. My previous one was like suicide, but this one's normal. And this is where my previous e-brake was mounted, but because this one's backwards, it'll hit the dash there. So we can't do that. We have to move that plate back here so the e-brake works. So what we got to do is we got to cut that weld, cut the bottom weld, and move this whole plate back and weld it again. If you saw my previous videos, I recently just got a welder. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is the point. You got to fabricate, you got to do things yourself, make sure it's sturdy and you know it penetrates and it's strong and it's gonna hold, because there is a safety behind it. But I feel comfortable enough. I'm gonna practice on a couple of little sheet metals that I have, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And if I don't like it, I just won't continue and I'll wait for somebody else to help me. But I think I'm gonna like it, I hope. I'm gonna be running these Wilwood calipers. Pretty exciting. Megan got them for me for Christmas.
You're welcome.
That's what she just said. And pretty excited. Double piston, and I don't know, should be really fun. Should lock up the stock brakes, no problem. I've already installed this one. Can't see it very well, but it's in there with dual caliper. I've got these hard lines that I just purchased where I'll be doing the line width. This will go to the master, which will go to like above the diff somewhere. And these two will go from a T-split to the separate individual wheels left and right. And then from there, it'll go to a soft line to the actual caliper because of suspension movement. I feel like I'm talking too much crap here, but I feel like welding isn't so hard. I mean, I don't know all this stuff all these people always talking. Anyways, check this out. I'm practicing, and I wanted to fill a gap because there's a little bit of a gap on the bracket that I made. So I'm like, can I fill this? Is it easy? I don't know, whatever. So check this out. Look at this. Look at that gap I just filled. This was practice. Oh, that was practice. And that's me filling a gap. I carried that thing all the way over. It doesn't look bad for like my first time ever doing something like this.
Funny.
I am impressed with myself. I am. This thing's gonna work. It's gonna be super rigid. Look, watch. I wonder if can I grab this? Ah, probably hot. Look it. Look. I carried that. That wasn't even connected. Whoa. I'm telling you, I'm just over here practicing away. And if I could do that, and I didn't clean the material, Mind you, that's the most important thing. I cleaned the bracket over there, so I know it will weld right. This is shit. Look at it, paint and rust and everything. I didn't clean it at all. It was just like, whatever, man. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You gonna stop? Don't break the block. Try it on the ground. Oh, don't throw it! What did I tell you not to throw it? She's testing the strength of my welds. She thinks they're not good enough. That's only like that's only like a little bit there, and that's on a gap. Like that is my weld, literally. It's not budging. I doubt I would break that with my hand, but I don't know. I'm pretty proud of myself, guys. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's working. Look at that. Dimes, son. Well, I started with a penny, then a 10 cent, then a 5 cent, then a quarter. That's what it is. So, like I said, I'm a professional welder now. I know everything about welding. But, you know, sometimes the gun just kind of gets ahead of you, and it just happens. And then but, you know, that's all I got to say. I don't know what else to say, except it's strong. It's a fucking 3-pound hammer. It's on there. It's not going to go anywhere. But I definitely need some practice. What really screwed me up is I've been welding on really thick plates. Ow, that's hot. And that is very thin material. So as soon as I went in here, it melted right through the thin material. And I was like, what do I do? And I freaked out, and that happened. And then I was like, okay, well, let me turn the voltage down. I turned the voltage down, and then these little tiny beads started coming. And I was like, what is this? I need to make them bigger. And then, I don't know. Like I said, I'm learning. It's strong. Maybe one day I'll cut it and redo it when I'm comfortable with this. For now, a little grinder and a little paint, and we're ready to go. I mean, it holds. You can see it from the inside the tranny tunnel that it's penetrated all the way. So that should be good. This is what the ebrake will look like.
Got it backwards.
Let me take the ground off. No, I got it. Oh yeah, you're right. It's backwards. Haha. This is what the ebrake will look like, and that is its positioning. Perfect. Let me see. Did I line it up? Just a little further back. There we go. That is 100% where it's going to bolt down. Where's my steering wheel, Megan? Okay, and down. Okay. So this is where my steering wheel is. That's where my e-brake will be. And that's my shifter. Skirt. Can you see it?
No, your steering wheel's blocking it.
Let me see the light. The light. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Now talk.
Skirt. Skirt. And that's basically it.
What noise does it make again?
Skirt. I don't know. It's another night here, the Drift Happy Garage. Megan is over here tapping the gold rivets on the new wheels she painted. New old wheels. Justin's over here replacing the water pump on the van so that we can take it to the track tomorrow. So that's very important. And as you saw, the bracket that I made, it's done. It's all welded. We grinded it, and so that the e-brake would be as close as possible to the tunnel. And it's been painted, and the e-brake is ready to go in there. But I also wanted to show you guys the calipers, which we finally got the right pads that we needed. They're in there. It's all nice. The line is in there. It goes up there. The other one's over there. The line's still hanging down. I still have to make the hard line come from there down, and then the splitter. And that's it. After that, the hydro's done. The exhaust is done. I didn't get to record it because we were focused, but I finally welded my first pipe exhaust, and I'm pretty excited about it. It is a decent weld. It was strong. It doesn't look too beautiful. Looks like this. It's okay. I'm happy with it. It holds. This is what the exhaust looks like under there. It's nice. It's tight, and it's super far away from the ground, so that's good. Rusty as fuck. Oh man, that's all rust coming out of there.
Yeah, guys, don't drink that.
Oh, look at how good it looks under there.
I got the belt off already. Just need to drain the water. And
I bought this van for $1,000 like 7 years ago. I've already put 70,000 miles on it. It's at 230 right now. This is definitely the first time I've ever replaced the coolant in it, which according to online, depending on what coolant you have, it should be like 30 to 6,000 miles, 30 to 60,000. This is 70,000, and I didn't want to do it actually. The water pump just decided to go bad, so now we got to do it and get a new water pump while we're at it. So I don't know. Hopefully she keeps on ticking. Wow. Oh, I'm tired. Basically, I'm making hard lines all the way up to here, where the soft line will meet up to it. And if you go up at the ebrake, you'll see where the hard line comes in through, and I made a U-bend to the ebrake. I like the hard line to soft line because the hard line will stay in place and not get caught in the drive shaft or anything else, the axles. You only got to do, like, I have a mount here on the subframe and a mount by where it transitions inside the cabin, and that's all it really needs. And if you ever need to replace a soft line because a tire caught it or something, you don't have to replace it all the way up here. You just replace it right here, accessible. So I don't know, it's kind of like a stock style, so that's what I'm going for. That's it. I bought these little clips on Amazon. It's just like the stock brake line. It holds the fitting so the soft line can go to it, and then the hard line goes to it on this side. Like so. I need a wrench. But there you go. And now you have hard line to soft line to the ebrake. Maybe a couple zip ties, and it's ready. Caliper's done, and caliper's done. So now, just got to bleed the brakes. Justin is also done installing a new water pump. He already put it all back together. We just have to bleed the cooling system. We are done. Van's running, and it's being bled. It's basically done. And
look at me.
I see you. Anyways, the race car is done. It has a dual caliper e-brake in there that you saw. E-brake's working great. I adjusted it. Just filled it up with gas. I have to change one set of tires, and we're gonna load up and get ready for the track. I'm so excited. I've been able to weld all this stuff and learn all these things and AN fittings, and I don't know. I'm just so excited to be able to use proper parts. Usually, you kind of do the racing aspect where you just fix it on the track and then it never gets fixed after that because it works, but that's wrong. Don't do that. So thank you guys for watching, subscribing, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.